Plan stage. So when we are looking at the context of the organization, we are looking at contextual challenges, the kind of work we do. What are the risks associated with it? Please remember, that is why the standard is generic about it, because he doesn't know what you do. She doesn't know what you do. It may be a different work. So the best answer, one of the solutions, I shouldn't say best, could be to carry out a SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And that will give you the weaknesses and threats. And you can look at the weaknesses and threats and convert them into risks. You can look at your business plan. You can look at, are the needs of all the involved interested parties being met, or do they bring in a risk to the system? Leadership, how do they ensure continual improvement of the management system? Do they review the risk? Do they review the context of the organization, the list of interested parties? Because systems are dynamic, and if things are changing, policies are updated, we have customer feedback, we will re-look at the risks. So the adequacy of resources is connected to your risk appreciation. Planning stages, again, how the changes, if you look at 6 and 7, if you look at the measurable objectives, if you look at the integrity of the system, if you don't update your system regularly, in time, you may have gaps in the system, you may have procedures to be updated which everybody has agreed, but the quality department takes too long to update them, so the integrity of the system is in doubt. People don't know, is this the approved process, not the approved process? Whenever the integrity of the system is in question, a risk is introduced. Are the personnel aware of the policy, the implications of not conforming to requirements? Have they been oriented when they join fresh to a company? Are they being familiarized? Are your documents adequate, suitable, and effective to deliver confidence that the system is well controlled, that risks have not been introduced? So please see, right through clauses 6 and 7, risk is covered. 8, when you are on to the operating stage, when rubber meets the road and the work is being done, review the requirements, capture unwritten requirements, plan the design stages carefully, because risks can be introduced anywhere. Change management is integral to risk appreciation, because whenever changes take place, new risks may have been introduced. What you appreciated before has changed with the change. So control the risks of external providers. We outsource procurement of certain products. We outsource resources. Will those outsourced parties perform to the expectations that we have? So we must control our outsourced processes and appreciate the risks that may be introduced in our system if our outsourced processes, whether related to procurement, etc., are not considered. And please remember, when you go to audit, please remember I told you a bit of implementation, but I am only saying the implementing side to make you aware when you are auditing. When you are auditing, you want to ask these questions as auditors and appreciate the risk where they have not taken care of this. If they have not planned well, if they had changes made and they didn't consider it, or if they moved to another location, so the changes were there, did they plan it? Was the change management as required by clause 6.3 planned well? So when you are auditing, you have the clauses, you have the requirements, you want to audit to see that this was planned well, 2 stage again, how does the organization control production service realization to ensure that they will produce conforming products and services? Do they have traceability? Is there a risk when they lose traceability. They are fitting parts into a pump. The inputs didn't come, reports have not come. Customer property, do they preserve it? What are the risks? So please see, when you are auditing, it is not very difficult if you look at the standard from the risk point of view. Control of non-conforming products. We know the risk if a non-conforming product is erroneously or by intent mixed into conforming products, you have lost customer focus. So when you are auditing risk, you are also auditing to see if they have lost customer focus. 512. Ensure planned arrangements are completed prior to release of products. Risks are introduced when products are not released in the correct manner. Very good. Check stage. So please see, we may have planned well, we may have implemented, but the check stage is very important. That is where we are getting the customer perception, also our own data on the performance and our evaluation thereof. And therefore, as auditors, your job is to provide them objective input to make better decisions. And therefore, you can look and check how does the organization monitor effectiveness of the system. Do they take timely action on potential risks? Are planned intervals revised as needed? If, for example, they have been looking at it every 3 months and the data points that they are having too many mistakes and errors, hey, did they change the interval to a monthly interval?